Just let me show you the PPT of Thompson method. Okay. So again, this Thompson construction method is very easy method to understand. First of all, we have, if I just revise it, what we have done Arden's method, and that Arden's method is specifically used to convert a finite automata, more specifically a NFA or a DFA, anything, NFA or a DFA, to a regular expression. Keep that in mind. What is a regular expression? It is the representer of the regular language. Okay, so the Arden's method, there is simple mathematical calculation that is used in Arden's method. That is your, I think, R equal to Q plus RP. This is that, and the solution of it is will be QP star. Okay, so I think that if you remember the solution, this is fairly very straightforward solutions of Arden's method. Okay, so more again, if there is a variation of Arden's method, that in whenever you are doing, suppose this is a automata, and this automata contains this automata contains more than uh, this automata contains more than one final state. Okay, so in that case, what will happen that this if this state is called your Q1 and this state is called your Q2. In Arden's method, but we haven't done this type. What is happened that if I am applying Arden's method, whatever is the final state, the regular expression is obtained on that. Okay, so now whenever there are two final states, so keep in mind, calculate Q1 as well as calculate Q2. Okay, so whatever be the answer, so I just say the answer I got from it is R1, and the answer is I got from it is R2. So you just have to take these two and put a unique. Okay. So whenever there are more than one final state, you just take the solution from the final state and add a plus to it. Okay, so if that question occurs, so that is only that is the only variation that we haven't done. But almost, if you see that Arden's method is a little bit complicated, if the automata uh, if the size of the automata is increased, the calculation will increase considerably. Okay, so if you are in a time frame that you have to solve Arden's method, and there are some options are given like 1, 2, 3, 4. So what can you do without deriving any kind of Arden's method? You can again go by the option elimination process. What happens is that you take first option and you try to derive out that string that is not accepted by your respective automata. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that is that part. And another method is your Thompson construction method. So this method is the completely reverse of the Arden's method. And in this method, what we do, we take a regular expression and we convert it into a NFA. So in definition, it is called NFA, but in most cases, you will get a epsilon NFA. Okay, so in general, in most of the cases, in only one case you will not get a epsilon NFA, but in almost all of the cases you will get a epsilon NFA. So the definition says this, that this Thompson construction method is used to convert a regular expression into a NFA, but absolutely it most in the most cases it converts it to epsilon NFA. Okay, so you will get rather a NFA or a epsilon NFA by this Thompson construction method. Now what you have to do, if you have a NFA, then you have to convert it into a DFA. Then you have to minimize this DFA to get the appropriate result. Okay, so we all have done this step 2 and 3, so don't worry about that part. If you got a epsilon NFA, which will most likely to happen in our cases because we are doing Thompson construction method, then firstly you have to convert it into a NFA, then you have to convert it into a DFA, then you have to go and get a minimized DFA if you want it. Okay, so Thompson construction method is a very limited method, and it just parse limited regular expression. I will tell you there are some conditions that are attached to this Thompson construction method. It cannot parse all the related regular expression, but it just parse it to epsilon and fa. So in practicality, I think that this is not a very good method, because after getting NFA or epsilon NFA, I again have to go towards these steps like 2, 3, 4 steps. Okay, so most likely you will get a epsilon NFA. It will happen. I will tell you how. After that, you have to again repeat that. So it is a very complex method. I don't think that this much effort is needed if I just want to convert a simple regular expression into a NFA or a DFA. Suppose I tell you that you have to write write a regular expression for this a plus b star. Okay, so for if I have told you many times that in the informal notation I have told you that you can just easily do this. So this is your a plus b star. So that is very well and very well defined. But Thompson construction method, this definition is not applicable. So keep that in mind. What we have studied, you have to just take it out a little bit of it. Okay, so this is the minimized implementation of a plus b star, but Thompson method will go on and give you the maximum number of states in order to implement this a plus b star. Okay, so keep that in mind. So Thompson construction method will always give you automata that has a very large amount of states. Keep that in mind. Okay, so I will tell you the definition here. It is very simple method. There is nothing to it. Just this is simple mathematical method. Okay, so if you see that I personally feel that I do not want that method that after I get a NFA, after I get a regular expression, I have to go through these steps like 2 and 3. If I just want that method from where I get a regular expression, I directly go towards the minimized DFA, or again I also want that I can go towards the DFA also. Okay, so DFA is possible, but if I go to Thompson construction method, I have to follow these kind of things. Okay, so most of the time you will by looking at the expression, by looking at the regular expression, you may be able to derive the regular expression without needing any method. But still this mechanism exists, but this algorithm is very limited. Okay, so it is applied on a limited amount of regular expression. I will tell you how much limited it is. Okay, so in computer science, Thompson construction algorithm is also called McNaughton, Yamada, and Thompson. These are the three scientists' names that have derived this method. Is a method of transforming a regular expression into a non-deterministic finite automaton. So in this particular definition, it is always written like this. If you check out some books, it is always written like this. But in practicality, we most generally we get a epsilon NFA. We don't get a NFA, but we get a epsilon NFA. Okay. So again, these are some I would say exceptions that occur in this. Okay, so Thompson construction method do not work on these conditions. Okay, so there are some assumptions that you have to take care. So the algorithm works recursively by splitting an expression into constituent sub-expressions. So it is saying that if the expression is written like this, it will divide this into these sub-expressions. So this is first sub-expression, this is second sub-expression, and this is third sub-expression, from which NFA will be constructed using a set of rules. Okay, so more precisely, from a regular expression E. Okay, so they are calling your regular expression as E. Keep that in mind. So this E can be a regular expression like this. Okay, the obtained automaton. Okay, so it is from this E, the obtained automata should have the following property. Okay, with respect to transition function. Okay, so the first property, it says, these are a little bit confusing properties, keep that in mind. So if your regular expression satisfy these property, only then you can make your if you're then only you can make a suitable, then you can apply your Thompson construction method. Okay, so it is saying that has A is your automata. Suppose this is your A has exactly one initial state Q naught, which is not accessible from any other state. Okay, so it is saying that if we want to design a regular expression for a particular, uh, if you want to design a automata for a particular regular expression, then only what is it saying, that q node, so q node, it should not be accessible by any other state. Okay, so it means that if that type of scenario is occurring here, q node q1, so you cannot apply a Thompson construction method in that case. Okay, so the start state should not be accessible by any other state that is present inside that a automata, your a automata. Okay, so if that scenario occurs, I cannot apply Thompson construction method. So it is just saying that is for any state q naught and any letter a, so the transition of q naught to a does not contain a q naught. So it is saying that transition of this q1 to a should not go towards q naught. Okay, so it is going, so I cannot apply a Thompson construction method in that case. Keep that in mind. So second condition is a has exactly one final state qf. So it is saying that if the automata contains only one final state, then only this is applicable here. Okay, so if that scenario contains something like this, that there are two final state, then the Thompson construction method again cannot be applied in that scenario also. Okay, so keep that in mind also, that a has exactly one final state which is not co-accessible from any other state. So this is also another point which is not co-accessible from any other point. It means that if a has exactly one final state, again the scenario is given like this q naught, so it has only a one final state, it is accessible from q naught. So which a has exactly one final state which is not, suppose this is another state q2 which is not co-accessible by by any other state. So now if you see q naught can access q1 which is a final state, and q2 also can access q1 which is also a final state. So again in this scenario also you cannot apply a Thompson construction method. Keep that thing in mind. Okay, so basically these two are the basic definition. If I just leave this one and go with this, the number of transition leaving any state is at most 2. So if I just do this one and this one and this one, so if a, b and c, so if that type of transition is going on, so at most 2 is possible, 0 is possible, 1 is possible, but 2 is also possible, but 3, if that happens, then you cannot apply Thompson construction method also. Okay, it is also saying that let C be a concatenation of the regular expression, C be the concatenation of regular expression E. Okay, number of concatenation, suppose some regular expression is written like this, a b c d. Okay, so and s be the number of symbols apart from parentheses. Okay, so just you apply like this plus or plus d plus e here. So something like this regular expression is written here. Again, then the number of states will be 2s minus c. Okay, so linear in the sides of e. So the number of states should be like this formula. So what you got s is from calculate s from here and calculate c from here, and you just divide and apply this formula. If the number of states will if the falls in this, then your Thompson construction method, you can apply the Thompson construction method. Okay, this is a bit bit of a difficult thing to understand here, so don't worry about it right now. These three I think you have understand it perfectly. So I will tell you about it a little more about it after coming forward. So if you can see, the algorithm has a lot of limitation. Okay, so any if you see this simple things have a limitation on it. So it should have only one final state. If it has a one final state, it should not be accessible by any other state. So that is also a compulsion. There are two compulsion in this one. Okay, so that is why I'm saying that Thompson construction method is applicable on only limited amount of the regular expression. Okay, so without any. Okay, so without, these are the rules of the Thompson construction method. It looks a little bit difficult, but if I solve the question, you will understand that it is very easy to understand. Okay, so this is just copy and pasting. So just keep in mind the rules, then you can directly convert any regular expression to a NFA. So the first rule is a symbol A is represented in the automata is converted like this. With that that we have done this. So if you want to accept A, you can directly do this. Okay, so we have done this. I think there is no change in the rule whenever you want to accept a single symbol. So that is again here similar that we have done in the practice also. Okay, now the changes will lie in this. Okay, so it is saying that NS and ND are the NFA of a sub expression S and T. So suppose that S and T is a regular expression. Okay, so that NS and NT are the respective NFAs. Okay, so I'm just directly talking about NFA. They are just directly talking about NFA. Don't worry about it. So the union operator, if you remember, the union operator is written like this: S plus T. If you remember R1 plus R2, so union operator is look like this. Okay. So in that way, this union operator is represented like this. If you remember, I have also told you in epsilon NFA that what is the use of this epsilon. Okay, so the use of this epsilon is you can combine different NFAs by using a epsilon symbol. So it is what they are doing here. They just taken a NS, that is a NFA that is corresponding to your regular expression S, and that is the NFA that is corresponding to your regular expression T. So they just take a epsilon and combine these states. Okay, so again, okay, so if I just take this and understand it in the form of language, I think that will make more sense. Okay, so if this is your regular expression, if this is the rule for a union. Okay, so this is the rule of union whenever there is plus symbol. Okay, so it is represented in uh, in the form of NFAs. Okay, so it is represented in the form of NFAs. If I just represent it in the form of a simple language, simple regular expression, like if this is a union, I can do this A plus B. Okay, so this is also a union. So how can I represent it in this way? If I just spread out the NFA here, so it will be more easy to visualize if I just do this Q nod, then there is a epsilon here, then there is a epsilon here, then there is a here, and then there is a b here. Okay, so this is your final state. Okay, this is your epsilon here, this is your epsilon. Okay, so I think it will make more sense if you just take a regular expression. So this denotes the NFA that correspond to your regular expression S. Okay, so I just take the regular expression, so it will be more easier to understand what in the diagram we are talking about. Okay, in the similar way, this is also denoted by, keep that in mind, in Thompson construction method. Uh, this sign a what do you call it, a standing one, a larger standing one. Okay, so this is also a notation of A plus B. Okay, so it is also called a union. It is also called a or. Keep that in mind. It is also called a or. Okay, okay. I think you know about this. Okay. Now the next symbol, if you see, this is your concatenation, and the next one, this is your sorry for that. This is your union expression, and the next one is your concatenation operator. Okay, so it is just followed this as followed by a T. Okay, so the NFA that is following, then the NFA following S, and the NFA following T. So that is how you can arrange it. Again, I can also represent this in a simpler way. Okay. If I just take this, and the expression can be like this: A followed by a B. Okay, so it can easily be represented. I think that we in our notation, we also used to do like this. Okay, A followed by a B. Okay, so this is your final state. Okay, so I think this is fairly straightforward. There is nothing new in that. We are familiar with this notation: A followed by a B. So A, then it is followed by a B, and this is the final state. Okay, in the similar way, if I just go now, this expression is a bit different. So this is your clean closure. If you remember what is clean closure, that is your star operator. Okay, just okay, so it looks a very different, because if you remember, we have done clean closure, like if I do A star, I just can do like this, A star, this is your A star. Okay, but in the rules of Thompson construction method, this is not considered here. Okay, so how it is visible here? So if I just convert it into a simpler form also. Okay, so I just wait for it. Okay, so if I just convert it into a simpler form, how about, okay, so if I just convert it into a simpler form of the regular expression A star, okay, so this is also A star, this S is a S star, okay, so this is talking about a clean closure. So NFA, that is corresponding to this regular expression S, is written like this. But if I'm again directly talking about regular expression A star, it can be represented like this. Okay, so Q naught, if you see, there is epsilon going on. After that, the this part is for the A star. Okay, so I just write it like this: A followed by any number of A's. Okay, so it can go towards like this, and after that there is a epsilon here. After that there is your final state, and you can directly go towards the final state. Okay, so if I just call it as Qf. Okay, this is your Q1 and this is your Q2. Okay, so if you want to derive out, if you want to derive out a single epsilon, the A star, the star symbol means that it is 0, 1, 2 up to infinity. Okay, so take, if you want to derive 0 here, so you can directly go towards the final state from Q0 to Qf, because this is also epsilon move available here. So epsilon can be extracted again. After that, 1a, for 1a you can directly go from Q0 to Q1, Q1 to Q2, and directly Q2 to Qf. So you will get 1a. If you want to get 2a's, so you can go from Q0 to Q1, Q1 to Q2, and again go towards Q1 and again go towards A here. So you will get 2a's. In a similar way, go to the final state. If you want any number of a's, you will go towards Q1 to Q2, then Q2 to Q1. Q1 to Q2 to Q2 to Q1, Q1 to Q2, and Q2 to Q1. Okay, so in if you follow this, you can repeat number of A's any number of times. So the mainly the epsilon A is also given. So if A is raised to the power of 0, it is epsilon. So epsilon you can directly go from Q0. Okay, so that also represents the one and the same thing that we have done this thing. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is also correct, but because we are following our Thompson construction method, you cannot apply this. Okay, so in that case you have to apply the long method. So that is why I'm saying that when you apply Thompson construction method, you will get a very large amount of states in that. Okay, so if you clearly see all of the, I think the transitions are completed here. Okay, so I think, yeah, all the transitions are completed here. So mainly there are three kind. First is union, second is concatenation, and third is your star clean closure. If you clearly see, only in case of this, there is no epsilon here in the automata. Okay, so only in this case there is no epsilon in this. But if you see, the epsilon lie in this also, in union, as well as in this also star. Okay, so if in your regular expression, if plus or a star comes, then again that the drawn automata will be your epsilon and fa. That is why I have said that in most cases you will always get a epsilon in your NFA. Okay, so without any talking about any further irrelevant details, I just draw automata so that you understand it easily, that how easy it is to draw it. Okay, so I just will copy and paste the notation here. Okay, so what I want to say, that this is the expression A followed by A star followed by a B. Okay, so I want to convert this regular expression into NFA or epsilon NFA. So what you do, you know about this, that this is a single A. So single A can be represented, if you go in the automata, single A is represented like this. Okay, so this is starting state. I think you know about this. So there is no mystery in that. Q naught followed by a A. Okay, so just Okay, so after that there is a star. Okay, so what you do with the star, this is the application of star. So what I do, I will again copy and paste this from here. So it will go towards Q2, it will go towards A here, it will go towards Q3, and it will go towards Q4. Suppose this is now, because there is B also here, so I this cannot be the final state. Okay, so I think we are standing here. So again, you can go toward directly towards the Q4. Okay, so you can go back towards it and this. Okay, so I just call take out this one and just paste it here. Okay, so that is one and the same thing. In the end, you have to be followed by a B here. So this will be your final state. After that, you are following a B here. Okay, so if you clearly see, there is only one final state here, and it is also accessible by only one state. Okay, so all the conditions that are given in the starting that I've told you are correct. So for that one, Thompson construction method is also applicable. Okay, so if you see, when you are applying all the method, in the end you will get a certain NFA or a DFA. Okay, so in this particular case we get a epsilon NFA. Then you have to check those conditions that I have told you, that there should be only one final state. The transition from one state will at most be two. So again, all of those conditions has to be satisfied. After checking it only, then you can say this is a valid Thompson construction method. If there are some conditions that are not satisfying, that is defined at the starting, so you can directly say that Thompson that the drawn expression is not correct. So in that case, your Thompson construction method is not applicable. So if you see that this method we waste a lot of your time. So first you will draw, take out this expression and draw a regular and draw a automata. After that you get to check the conditions, and by checking the condition, in the end, if any condition is not satisfied, then you can again say that your Thompson construction method is not applicable. So that will take a lot of time. I don't suggest to use this method, but it is given in your syllabus, so that is why I am telling the theory about it. But in most practical application, I don't think that this is a very good method. Okay, so just try this question, second question yourself. I hope you understand. It is very easy. You just have to copy and paste their expression here. So I just scroll up and try to draw this expression, A star B followed by a plus B. Okay, so it can also be written like this: A star B, A or B. Okay, so this is also a valid notation. Keep that in mind. Okay. So just try it and post your answer if you understand, and post your answer. I think it doesn't take any, it will take like 2-3 minutes. You can easily do this. Okay, so just try it. Again, tomorrow will be your test, so there will be no surprise. Every week on the final lecture, there will be a quiz. So I don't want to make this a surprise. Keep that in mind. So be sure, invite your friends also. If they do not know, tell them that tomorrow is your quiz, and please make sure that you should. Okay, I think that is a very fairly easy question. You can do it. Okay, so I will also try to upload this video so you can do a proper revision before the lecture. So at the end of like 3 before 4 p.m. You will find this lecture in your respective playlist. I will also post the link also. Okay, so you have a respective time for revision also. Again, keep that in mind. All the question in the quiz will be asked that what is discussed in the class. It will not be outside of it. Okay. Okay, so if you still don't understand it, it is very basic and it is very easy to draw. Again, I just take this expression and show you how can you draw it by just copy and pasting. Okay, so just let me take this expression. Okay, I think Fanindra, yeah, Fanindra has given the right answer. That is absolutely correct. Okay, well done. Okay, so you do not have to do much here. It is just a copy and paste of the thing. Okay, so A star is already given here, so I just delete this. So I just take this one, but this will not be a final state. Keep that in mind and paste here. Okay, so I don't think the editing is possible on it. Okay, so it is possible. Yeah. Okay, so this is not your final state. So A star, now A star is done here. After that B. Okay, so it is followed by a single B. You can directly write it like this. So single B. So it will be your, if it is QF, I can say this is Q3 and Q3 followed by a B which is Q4. After that I want A plus B. Okay, so this is the same expression that I've designed like this. Okay, you can take this expression and paste it here. Okay, copy and I just paste this expression here. Okay, so I do not need that part because I already have a Q4. So what I do, I can take this part here and link like this. Okay, so this will become your epsilon and this will become your epsilon and q5, then q6, then q7 and then q8, and that is your final state. Okay, think you get the point. Okay, so A star is possible here and A plus B is written like this. Okay, so I have done nothing, but I just copy and pasted the expression that are already defined here. Okay, so a little bit of a complex method will look like this. Like if I just do this, if I combine these state, the expression will like look like this: A plus B star, then followed by IB. Okay, so just try to draw the expression of it. I will tell you the answer in like 2 minutes. So this is a bit different, but just you have to combine this. Okay, so I just take this and paste it here so you can have a look at it also. Okay, so it is a bit different, but I think you can easily do this. Okay, so you have to combine these two, this A plus B and this A star. Okay, so just try it. I will tell you the answer in like 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. Okay, the solution given by Phanindra is absolutely correct. Okay, Saksham solution is also correct, but it only represent I think A plus B star. Okay, so A plus B star is also followed by AB. This is incomplete, but I get your point that you just do not have enough space to write A and B. Okay, so I think you also got the solution there, Saksham. So well done. So again, this is a simple one here. If you just extract out. Okay, so what part of it is representing A star here when you are able to go back? Okay, so when you are able to go back, that part represent your A star. So first, because this follow the simple BODMAS rule, if you remember, you always solve the bracket first. So I will go for the bracket first. So the bracket is very easy if you understand it like this. A This is your A, and this is your B. Okay, so okay, so again they are combining at a one state. Okay, so A and B is done here. So I need A plus B star. Okay, so again, if you see this A and B is ending here, so how can you take a star? Okay, so now again I have to apply a star here, clean closure. So again, what I can do, I can this is your, if just I highlight it, so to just able to differentiate it clearly, so it will be very visible to you. So this is your A plus B. Okay, so now if I want uh, this I want to include this star, what I do. Okay, so what I do, I take this one Q naught that is pointing towards that, also Q naught that is going towards it. So this is your epsilon move, and it can go directly to the final state. In that case, the final state is this, so it can directly go towards the final state. Okay, so this here is done, that you are starting from Q naught, you can directly go towards the final state. So if you're thinking that you can also divert this Q1 state to the fine to this one also, that is also correct, but I just want to avoid any confusions here, so that is why I have used this. Okay, so Q naught, because this is an epsilon move, so this will be more cleaner here, that you can do this. So this Q naught, now this the internal part of it represent a closure. Okay, so the how the closure is represented when you go back. Okay, so whenever there is A, you go back, you get a A star. Now A and B, if I just write the state names here, Q3, Q4 and Q6, whenever you reach at Q6, you will get A or B. Okay, so by getting at Q6, the expression A and B is completed. So if you want to repeat it, what can you do? You can again divert it towards the starting state by a epsilon. Okay, so now by doing this only this step, this A plus B becomes your star. Okay, so now again this one is very simple, that it is followed by a and B. So you can directly write right place, and it is followed by A and B, which is your final state, is your Q7, and this is your Q8. Okay, so if you clearly see, again I just add epsilon here. So but how many epsilons are there? If you count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so 6 epsilons are in this expression. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. I hope you understand it. It is very basic, uh, very basic. It's just a little bit of a difference here, that you have to do a plus B star. You have to combine or merge these two expression. Only this scenario you can merge it like this. Okay. Okay, so
सर Q6
just
के बाद एक और एप्सिलॉन नहीं आएगा?
इसके एंड में
हाँ सर, Q6 के बाद
Q6.
फनिंदा ने जैसा बनाया है फोटो में।
Okay. I don't think there is a need for it, but you can add it. Just let me see. Okay, so if you are saying like this, that is also correct. If you want to avoid a confusion, I think that is also correct. So again, you have to divert this one to the to. Okay, so this one, and this becomes your epsilon, and this becomes your A, and this becomes your final state. Okay, so again you can do the which I have. Okay, just let me show. Again, if you are doing this, this is also correct. There is nothing wrong in that. This is more cleaner because you can see the epsilon states very clearly that this how the internal part is merged here. So I prefer this one. This is also correct. But the automata that is drawn by me earlier, that is also correct. So what happens is that whenever you do like this, firstly you take a epsilon NFA, you will get a epsilon NFA. Then you have to convert it into NFA. Okay, so then you have to convert it into a DFA. Then you have to absolutely minimize it. Okay, so what I have done, I already reduced by not including this Q7 state here that is directly pointing towards this. So what I done, I reduced the state itself in there. Okay, so the states are reduced, but the output is one and the same. Okay, so if you see the previous expression is also giving the same, that a plus b star followed by IB, all the input string that is possible in that. Okay, so again you can also reduce the state, you can also divert this Q1 to directly Q7. So that is also a very valid way to reduce the states, but I think that seems more cleaner, so stick with that. Because that is also correct.
Sir,
In that way you will find
sir,
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
sir, can we remove Q1 also?
Are
Oh,
you
sorry, Q2 and Q3. Directly we can, from Q1 to Q4, can we give A
if you remove Q2, Q2
and
and
Q3?
Q3 you want to remove?
Yes, sir. Because
Why?
we are already getting epsilon from Q0 to Q1.
So okay, so you are saying that you can directly do like this, that I think you are saying like this. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you can do that, but that changes the whole thing. That is not a Thompson construction method. Okay,
Means
so little
A
bit
and
of
B separately.
yeah. And what?
From Q1, A separate part and B separate part, sir.
From Q1 A separate path, B
Q1,
separate.
yes, sir.
Okay, like this.
Yes, sir.
So it is already there. Q1 A. Acha. You are
One
doing
state
like this.
Q1.
That, write A here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are saying like this. Like write A here and remove this epsilon.
Yes, sir. And Q2, Q3 also will be removed so that we will get much more smaller.
Q2 and Q4 will be removed. Yeah, can also happen, but I don't suggest it to do that because it is already the definition. If you are doing a Thompson construction method, the definition for A plus B is the rule here. Okay, so is the rule here that that you have to go with that one. Okay, yes, you can do this again. If you do not want to follow it, you can also do this like A comma B. That is also correct. Okay, so that is also correct. That is not wrong. This is also representing A or B. But it follows some rules, because if you want to stay in Thompson construction method, you have to follow these rules. Okay, so that is why I have shifted towards this one that Phanindra has designed. So I do not want to change the rules here, so that the representation is much more cleaner and much more understandable, that we are also following all the rules. Okay, so if you see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 epsilon here. Okay, so now if you see, here there are 4 epsilons. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 epsilon, and 4 epsilon will be here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 epsilon. So total there are the total of these are 8 epsilons, and in the final expression we also got 8 epsilon. So that is why I preferred this way. So that is more closer to the rules. So the first thing is you keep in mind the rules here. Okay, so I think today's session is finished here. So again, I want to play the game that we played on Mentimeter. Okay, so just for your revision.